larger than 20. What about your 20 is more valuable than a woman's 20? Why does your 20 bodies make you more acceptable in a society as to women having 20 bodies? And
She
before
digging in,
you
y'all.
answer, I really want
She
you to
going deep.
unpack the patriarchal standards of a woman and how she is supposed to provide for you, and how men have this sense of ownership towards woman, and whereas she is not able to enjoy things for her own pleasure but instead to provide for others.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
David said he gonna go. David
let's,
gonna
let's
go.
get a clear. I know that
David's
was
ready to
correct
go.
too,
David
but
ready.
If you say a short thing about what you're saying, and then we'll go straight to AD.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, at least, I think it's much more difficult for women to build relationships when they have too many sexual partners. And I know that's probably just gonna sound like a little stupid and stuff like that, but if you even think about people in your life,
Those sluts.
especially women who
That's what you're
have had a lot of sexual partners, even if it's not like that many, but it also matters who that sexual partner is. You know, if it's something that's a little bit more like, I guess mixy is the word. You know, some like they're fucking somebody who they shouldn't be fucking, and they do get into a relationship.
Compromising
You
their
already
energy.
know, you could already tell from that relationship, and like it's just not already in a good place. You know what I mean? And I've seen women like that who are in those relationships, and they do end up cheating on their like boyfriend or husband or even, you know what I'm saying? So I do think from that perspective, it's hard for women to form relationships after, because sex is much more emotional for them. You know what I mean?
I hate that argument. Because men like to put this semantical, just kind of like monolith on women as to like they can't enjoy sex as much as they do. In fact, do you have a uterus, sir? Do you have? Oh, I'm not done. Do you have? That's what I'm saying. I have a mic, so my voice is actually heard right now. So when you have one, you can speak back. But until you have a uterus, you cannot speak as to a woman's pleasure. As to a man's pleasure, I can also not speak. However, for you to just assume that a woman is unable to receive and enjoy pleasure in the same way that a man can is simply sexist. It's based in the level of ignorance that I cannot explain. And I am not done speaking. But in addition to that, I would like for you to know that just because a woman likes to enjoy sex, that does not bring her down her stock value. That does not make her any less of a woman. If in fact we start doing shit the same way a man does, of course we are seen as less valuable. We start making money. We start going to work. We start becoming bosses, CEOs, presidents, and et cetera, we're seen as less. And then when it comes down to something as physical, as primal as sex, and then niggas didn't even consider the option of sexual trauma and how women sometimes, or men, I can't even exclude you guys, sexual trauma can happen on both ends in regards to what their why is. Why do people have sex? Why do people enjoy sex? Are they really enjoying sex, or are they just built to think that sex is something that they're supposed to do in a relationship? What I'm trying to say is there is no monolith, and I really hate when women just get to assume that everybody's story is the same. Everybody has the same reason as to why they were fucking somebody or enjoying sex with somebody as to why they are now less desirable. That is my one thing. In regards to you, sir, everybody here, you, ma'am, how you would like to perceive your sexual partner, I really hope that you are able to have that conversation with that individual as to what you desire from a partner, what your past looked like. Depending on what their past looked like, are we willing to grow from that? However, you will not judge a society, a group, a collection of women for their desires and sexual practices based on things that you don't know, you are unable to unpack and unable to understand as a man with testicles, as a black man who is mostly desired by white America, as a man, as a black man who will never understand the struggles of a black woman or woman in general. And that's all I've got to say about that. Go ahead.
I mean, we will judge.
That rebuttal.
I mean, we will judge regardless. What I'm saying is that, like,
that doesn't make it any better.
I hear you, and I respect that. I'm just saying, like, it's part of our biology. Like, you know what I'm saying? As men, you know what I'm saying? We were built this way, and women were built a certain way, where it's like, you know, if you think about the past, you know, it's we're naturally sexist regardless. So for you to say like sexist stuff, that's just come on. It's 2023. We're naturally sexist.
Are y'all sexist? Hold on. You
We're
said
not-
y'all. Are you?
we're
He's speaking
all-
for a group.
Come on, bro. We're naturally sexist, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
I'm with you.
Let's keep it a buck, bro.
Yeah.
Like we all have certain roles.
Y'all
So
don't
it's
think
like
you're
let's
naturally
keep it 100. Like you know what I'm saying. And I understand you have your own modern way of looking at things, and I respect it. But like. I mean, I'm saying some men are gonna personally think like, you know, if a woman is going higher than a nigga, that's just wrong. That's just me personally. I don't want no woman to have higher body than me. No, you know what I mean? Because she's out there. You know
And I believe you're entitled to
It's just
that
OP.
opinion relative on
Wait,
whatever
wait,
that
when we
number
say
is.
natural
I'm not-
sexist, we
What
are
is that
natural
number?
sexist. He said, yo, it was like he was like, yo, when someone comes in and poses a threat, like nigga, we're the ones that deal with it, and that would be sexism in a way because we're the ones dealing with it. But keep going on, brother.
Not word.
For a person who has a body count of 7, that's not fair. Because a lot of times, men can't even remember their body count. And I've had multiple conversations with different men about it. They don't even know how many women they slept with.
Honestly, I can't even remember my body count.
Let me
I
ask
ain't even
you.
gonna
Let me
lie.
ask you a question.
I ain't even gonna lie. I really don't think that has to do with being a male or a female. I think that has literally just to do with remembering how many people you slept with. But I don't think that remembering how many people you slept with has anything to do with anything. I really don't think that it even really motherfucking matter. AD over here just has a preference.
That's what
He
I'm
has a
saying.
preference.
You are
And
more
that's
than
okay.
entitled to that
But AD,
preference.
okay.
we gotta
That's
let-
why I said with
That's
his
okay.
partner,
But
he is
Yo,
entitled to
we've
that
all talked.
conversation.
We
depends on the
we gotta let
person.
AG finish. What are you saying?
Nah, you good. Nah, I said what I said.
It depends on
you
the
know what I'm
person.
saying?
He got a
I just
preference.
personally-
Agree.
I
She
I
got
just
a
personally
preference.
think it's about.
Some people don't got a preference.
I'm just tapped into traditional and biology and
As
how it
you
is.
can and should
and
be.
I ain't knocking it down to shorty who says what she says. Like, let's go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, for sure.